friends, welcome to my 10-month dread update. So exciting. I have a lot to say this month, so if you're just here to see how my locks are doing, no problem. What I'll do is in the comment section, I'll go ahead and put a marker where you can click on and it'll skip you ahead to where it's just showing my locks. Okay, so 10 months. I love them so much, especially since I had maintenance 2 months ago. However, I'm feeling a little bit guilty about getting the maintenance, and I don't really know why, because I didn't start this journey thinking I'm not going to get maintenance, I'm going to let my hair do its thing. I would have gotten my hair professionally done from the get-go, but I just could never find anybody to do it. I don't know, I just feel this certain sense of like I didn't earn it type of thing. I don't know where that's coming from, but that's kind of some of what I've been feeling. Other than that, I just love them. I love that, you know, they look like dreads now. This is exactly what I envisioned them looking like, and I love them so much. And I feel like I'm a bad separator is why they weren't as, I don't know, defined as they should have been for 8 months. I mean, I don't know, everybody's different, but I'm still a very bad separator. So basically what I do is when I'm watching TV, YouTube, as you do, I go through, and I've always done this, and I just kind of like feel around if there's anything to separate. And a lot of times what will happen is the new growth, I will feel, you know, like the strands in between in here, and I'll start to pull it and separate it, and I'm going, what the heck? And then once I really feel around in there, I'll realize that I'm pulling from a dreadlock where that section belongs. So that was definitely my problem before, and now it's been getting a little bit easier. I've been really trying to make sure that before I start yanking on something that it doesn't actually belong there, and normally it does belong there, so it's been doing pretty good. I've got you know, a lot of growth. It's about right here. So they finally started to relax a lot, especially in the back, like all these little ones they don't have a lot of weight. So they were really sticking out back here, but now they're all laying nicely. I wash still about every 3 days, and usually it's when my scalp starts to really itch. I have very dry scalp. Now, I was using Dr. Bronner's, and that was working out. The only problem that I had with Dr. Bronner's was that, and I would mix it to where it was about 1 to 32 parts. I mean, I had a container about this size. I put about that much Dr. Bronner's and the rest water. And I would notice I would put it in and it would give a lather for about 30 seconds, and then it always felt like it soaked into my hair, so I just didn't think that was right. So my loctician had mentioned that this Trader Joe's Tea Tree Tingle was excellent for hard water, and I don't know what the hell she was thinking, because it is horrible for hard water. I used this maybe about a couple times and it felt good. It seemed like it was cleaning, but within a couple uses, my scalp looked like it was snowing. There was so much buildup. And right around the time I started noticing I was getting this bad buildup, I got a message from a friend on here, and her channel name is JFace, and I'm going to go ahead and link her video below. She also had the same issue with this shampoo, and she documented it, so go ahead and check her out. She's an up-and-coming dread YouTube channel, so give her some love. She also recommended that she has been using this Malibu Sea Hard Water Wellness shampoo, and this stuff has been amazing. I'll go ahead and link it below, but within a couple shampoos it cleared up my scalp and cleared up all the residue that was in there. So if you have hard water, I would highly recommend this as well. It hasn't, you know, completely helped my scalp. I still have horribly dry scalp, and I don't know if this is just the stage where I'm at, but my scalp is constantly itching, especially around the time that I need to wash it. So I still do use my essential oils. I usually put those in my scalp after I take a shower and wash it. I just rub them into my scalp. Another thing that I do as far as maintenance, and I've only seen 2 people do this. One of them is Hippie Housewife, and I'm going to link her channel below. She's a loctician. She has a lot of great videos. Love her very much, so give her channel some love as well. But there's this thing that you can do. I don't know if you'd call it palm rolling, but it's not traditional palm rolling. And like I said, I've only seen her and one other person, I can't remember, do it. But if you've got the loose hairs, all you do is put your hand like that, see all these loose hairs, put the other one here, and then you just twist. I guess twister, and then you can keep going down if you'd like, but you see how that just wraps it really nicely. I usually do that around my crown because that's where I get most of the loose hairs. It lasts for about 3 days. I don't know if it's really doing any long-term help, but it'll clean up areas if they're really, you know, sticking out a lot. So I don't really worry about much except for the crown area because I do get really fuzzy up here, but I've been learning to embrace my fuzz. I do a deep cleanse about every month and a half, and what I do is I get some gallons of distilled water and I put about half a cup of baking soda, and then I put white vinegar, probably about a cup in, and I put it in this container right here, and then I have one of those big wedge pillows, and then I just lay back and let it soak. I really hate doing it just because it's so, it's so boring. And I really don't like doing it, but it really helps a lot to just make me feel better, mostly because I feel like I have the worst conditions. I've got low water flow, and we're on a well here, so the water is probably the hardest that it could be. So dread rot or anything like that scares the hell out of me. I think that would be the worst thing. It probably is the worst thing that could happen to you and your dreads. So I'm very paranoid about that, and I'm always, you know, making sure that I'm doing everything that I can to prevent that. As I mentioned, I have extremely dry, flaky scalp. So what I do is when I'm feeling like there's a lot of, you know, just dead skin built up or anything like that, when I'm in the shower, I get my little measuring cup and I fill this with about a cup of white vinegar, because I feel like white vinegar isn't as conditioning as apple cider vinegar. So I fill this up and then I fill the rest with some warm water. And then once I get my hair wet, then I just lean back and I pour the vinegar water solution on my head. And if you do this, keep your head back, because vinegar in your eyes hurts so bad. The first time that I did it, I didn't even think about it, and I just let it flow down and dumb me, but that's what happened. It wasn't fun. That seems to help, you know, the acidity of it kind of loosens up those flakes and rinses them out. Basically, the majority of my maintenance is on my tips. I spend most of my time, as far as maintenance, on them. So I think I'm going to do a whole separate video on how I maintain them. I do put a lot of time into them, but you know, it's how I want my dreads, and it's important to me, so I don't mind taking the extra time. And I did not get dreads for no maintenance. I got them for several other reasons, but I don't mind spending the time on them. But I do have to brush them daily, and I oil them and condition them. They're their own little entity. But I spend a lot of time on those, and like I said, I think I'm gonna do a whole separate video on how I maintain my ends. So let me know if you're interested in something like that. It's funny because I hear people talking about having favorite dreads, and I love them all so much that I couldn't pick a favorite. But I guess there are a couple back here that I enjoy the most, probably this one right here, and just because it's always the one that I play with, I just, you know, do that one. And there's a couple really soft ones back here, but I don't have a favorite. I always hear everybody talking about how they have their favorite, and I really don't. And I think that's it. So let's go ahead and give you the full view. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all soon.